apparently there's a willingness to move Jarren Duran in the right deal, but it doesn't sound like they are actively looking to move one of their guys to fix the logjam that they're currently dealing with. By the way, that's Tim Healy, Sox beat writer, on the situation right now. They're willing to make a move. They're willing to move Duran. They're not actively looking to move him. Now, granted, that's what they're saying through the whispers right now. It may be complete bullcrap, and they're trying to move him as we speak. What do we think it is?
I think it's that one. I think it's exactly what you just said, because I think other organizations look at the situation that they currently have in the outfield with 4 outfielders like that, and they realize that they have kind of the Red Sox over a barrel in terms of the leverage in that situation. They know that they have to move one of those guys, so no, we're not going to give you the best deal you possibly can. And this is the Red Sox trying to attempt to kind of regain some of that leverage back, because to be honest with you, for a team that is squarely in the mix and has 2.5 months here left to go, it does not make any sense to keep 4 of these guys on your roster. If you can move one of them for another piece that actually helps you day in and day out, or an extra starter that makes more sense for your lineup than having 4 quality outfielders does. That doesn't make sense for this year's team. And so that's my hope, at least, that this is what you were talking about. This is the leverage situation, and not a team that truly is comfortable with just riding this out with 4 outfielders.
Right, they're playing hard to get, is what they're doing. Well, we don't want to move our guys. We don't want to do that. What we really want to do is just play it out, and if there's a great deal that presents itself, then we will consider moving one of them. But it would have to be to make our team a lot better for this season. And by the way, I don't necessarily disagree with them saying if we move Duran in a deal, and I think he's the top of the list. I think we all agree.
Yes.
Duran's the guy at the top of this list that they could move and has value in a deal. There's a few things they got to do. One, they've got to get a good deal for him. They can't give this guy away. They've already given away their best bat this season. They can't do that again. And I think that there's actual, clubhouse implications if you move this guy. I think he's popular in that clubhouse. Milliken can tell us if that's true. But I think he is.
I 100% think that's a big part of this, because I think out of the younger group, you have Alex Bregman, who's the veteran. I think Jarren Duran's the younger guy that can kind of relate to them and say, hey, I just recently went through this.
So you know what they've got to do if they move him. They have to get back an excellent return and a player that the other guys in the clubhouse say, oh, wow, it's tough to lose Jarren, but, oh, look at what's coming our way. Look at the roster, the way it just changed, the way we just became a bigger contender. Like, that's the thing they have to pull off at the deadline if they're going to move Duran.
Yeah.
Is get a good return, whether it's from the Duran trade directly or it's just all in the same week where they pull off multiple deals, they make their roster a lot better, and everybody in the room can say, well, it sucks to lose our friend, but we're going for it.
Yeah,
so I get why they're playing it the way they are, but I also don't believe them. They want to deal one of these guys. They want to relieve the logjam. July is the time to do it.
No, and you want to maximize the assets that are on the roster right now, and having 4 starting outfielders is not maximizing what it could potentially be. I'm with you, though. If you do move Duran, it needs to still feel like you are buying at the deadline and not selling off a piece like Jarren Duran for future assets or something like that. It needs to feel like you're kind of pushing the chips in the middle of the table here, and Duran might be out the door, but you just made your club, especially for this year, a lot better.
Can you believe that Fangraphs has them at 57.2% right now to make the playoffs?
This whole thing, by the way, I'm kind
of
out on the playoff odds as a whole, Milliken.
If you go on a 10-game winning streak, you can jump from 20% to 50% like that. So it's like
2 weeks ago, was that like 17, wasn't
exactly.
it? Yeah.
It can flip and flop, and that's why. But we do know these CBOs weigh them very heavily in the entire equation. But yeah, they can change.
Classic CBOs.
Forget hot, and it flips.
CBOs. And the fact that we have to call them CBOs now tells you how stupid they are.
I do think there's
not
something.
Not just Brez, you effing stiff, but all of you.
Brandon Gomes, who's the GM over with the Dodgers, second in command over there, he has kind of spoken about why the Dodgers at times have been very hesitant at the trade deadline. They want to get a lot of their moves done during the offseason because the price at the deadline is usually 3-4 times what it typically is. And I think that's something the Red Sox are going to kind of run into here, where if you're not willing to make a deal for a Joe Ryan or whatever it may be because you're scared that you're not going to, or you're going to have to overpay, you're going to have to give up more prospects than what you wanted, that feels like it's going to consistently lead them in the other direction. But if you find a team that's willing to bite on Jarren Duran to that degree, I think it can work both ways because it doesn't have to be just Duran going to the Twins, who, if you look at Twins beat writers, they're saying they're not really looking to buy or sell right now. Really, the only thing they're looking to move are guys in that bullpen. It's the Stewarts of the world, Griffin Jacks, Duran, those kind of names, which will have interest to the Red Sox if they're trying to build up a bullpen. But I feel like that cost is going to be a big thing where the Red Sox, if you're looking for a controllable starter, they're going to hesitate, which makes me nervous.
Now, I know 128 was up wishing the Red Sox well at Fenway this weekend. They're in Chicago. They're going to be taking on the Cubs. What do we expect here over the next, let's call it, week between now and the end of the Philadelphia series? These next 6 games, what are we going to see? What condition will the Red Sox be in by the time they are back home taking on the Dodgers? That's really my question right now.
I don't know, this is money time right here, right? It's all 3 first-place teams in the National League that you're going up against. I just want to see them tread water, to be honest with you. Like, if you can come out of this 500, I think that's a huge win for the Red Sox. Win the games that you're supposed to. Got to win the Crochet starts. You know, if you can win those Bayo starts too, something like that, that's fine. But, man, just try to tread water here, and then I think you're in great shape. But this is sort of make or break. We've seen it now, and look, we went over it earlier in the week. Like, this is when the collapse happened last year, right? Wasn't it coming out of the All-Star break? And this has certainly been the MO for Alex Cora-led teams. So this, I think, is also going to be a defining moment in terms of what this second half is ultimately going to be for the Red Sox as well. Is this going to be different than what we've seen over the last few years? I think it starts with this set of games.
Right, because the next 9 are against division leaders, Chicago, Philadelphia, Dodgers, 9 games. And by the end of those 9 games, we're July 27th, and the deadline has arrived.
Yep.
That's it. Their record, as you mentioned in previous years, has been dreadful from the end of July to the end of the season. They've posted a losing record going on 6 years straight. This will be the 7th year if they do that again. 6 years in a row, losing record from August 1 on. And the second half collapse has become a hallmark of Alex Cora as Red Sox manager. Can they avoid it this time? Is this the team? What's different? That was the question I was asking going into the break. What's different about this Red Sox team from the others? And I think the answers we got on that, going back to the start of the week, was their pitching is better. Their pitching depth is better. That if they continue to get starts out of Brian Bayo the way he looked before the All-Star break, then they will continue to not only tread water, but they'll continue to win ball games and be in good shape and be a wild card team. I think you're going to get some of those answers in the next week. I don't think we have to wait around for this. I think you're going to know even before you get to the end of July and sort of start that second half in terms of the calendar, post-deadline. I think you're going to know now if this 4-game sweep of the Rays was worth something more. You could talk about the 10 games. The 10-game thing is fake. It's kind of fake. I understand, and I said you don't win 10 games by accident. Like 10 games isn't a mistake, and that you can't just luck your way into winning 10 straight. So you've got to be playing good baseball, and they are. But I don't think the 10 games on the whole tell you a story about this team. I don't, because the competition sucked for the first 6. The last 4 told me something. That was a good series, good baseball. Hard-fought wins. Loved every second of that. I think you're going to get some real answers now over the next, let's call it 9 days. You're going to know. You're not going to have to wait until August to know what the hell this team is.
Do you think that impacts Craig Breslow and his approach?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is it. What'd you call it? Crunch time?
Yeah.
It's crunch time, money time, whatever you want to call it. This is it. Because they're going to get real answers. They're going to know what the hell this team is. They're going to know if that pitching holds up against better competition. They get all the answers. There should be a feeling of tremendous pressure on this club starting today. Those players should feel it.
It should have a sense of urgency right now.
Yes.
Absolutely, right? Like, it's not, hey, we won 10 games, mission accomplished at this point. I'm with you. Like, start the second half strong here. That should be a talking point, by the way, I would think, for Alex Cora going into this, saying that, guys, the last few years, we've kind of fallen apart in the second half. Can't let it happen again, and try to ride that momentum that you had going into the All-Star break. And you would think that Alex Bregman would be another one of those differences that you're talking about, having that legit leadership, a guy that's done it before in the clubhouse now, would also go a long way with this Red Sox team.
I wonder what Alex Cora did for vacay.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think he did?
Fill up that bucket, baby.
Got to fill. Yeah, that's right. Got to fill up that bucket. I hope he watched the All-Star game, maybe with his mom. I know he likes to watch a lot of baseball with his mom.
Yeah.
And so maybe that was what was going on. Maybe they watched the Derby, Spend half a lifetime together watching that thing.
Snuck in the architecture tour this morning on the boat in Chicago there before this game, possibly. Yeah, we'll see.
2:20 first pitch, early one.
Get some stuff done.
Got to be up bright and early for that. The Red Sox are at Wrigley. I'm going to assume Red Sox fans will be well represented at Wrigley.
I would think so. There
Yes.
aren't many trips that you can take for Major League. I mean, I know back in the day, certainly in the early 2000s, people kind of made it destinations. But
Yeah.
this is kind of one of those ones that you could circle and say, we got to go do this. We got to go see him at Wrigley for sure.
Yeah. I'm going there in a couple of weeks for the first time. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see a game there. I've been there, but not when a game was being played. So now I'm going to actually be there for a game in a few weeks.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
It'll be great. Yeah, Milliken, you're almost time for your trip, Millibars.
Leaving today.
Oh, look at you.
Big road trip day. Big road trip.
Big road trip. Going to Pittsburgh. You're going to go see a really nice ballpark.
I'm going to text Zoe. I need recommendations.
Yeah, there's this hole in the wall
Oh.
place, Permanente Brothers.
Yeah,
he's going
yeah,
to tell
he
you
does.
about. Yeah,
Yep.
Underground.
Yeah, everyone does that. They go, oh, what are you going to go? Oh, going to go to Permanente Brothers. Like, oh, the number one tourist attraction place to eat in Pittsburgh. Thanks for the inside scoop. That's it.
Pizzeria Regina.
That is the advice.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's good advice.
Yes,
it's
it is.
worth the trip.
It is. It is.
I've only
It's
been to
excellent.
I've only been to the Fort Lauderdale one, and it was amazing.
Yeah, go to the real one in Pittsburgh. By the way, I talked to Zoe last night. He's not mad, T-Bone. He's not mad. He's not mad about anything.
Hey, you?
He's not mad at me. I
Okay,
talked
good.
to him.
Good.
Yeah. But he did say he's never saying anything ever again on the show, though.
That's helpful,
He did take a vow of silence. He's going to become Scott Zolak the monk.
You know what?
On this show now.